Light shed for game 2. Let's go. What are we playing? A best of 5? Is that what we're playing? I think we're playing a best of 5. Super V having taken the first game with just a big kind of cyclone. All in ish. I mean, there was no expo, there was no CCM production, and he did pull the workers. So yeah, all in. The only way Wyrm was really going to hold that is if he had a couple of worker splits. Too good. Right. I mean, okay. The only way he was going to hold that is if he had a couple of shield batteries and enough sort of ground units to deal with it, because it can be really annoying. The range on the cyclones is so much, and even without the speed upgrade, they're pretty hard to catch. Without the speed upgrade though, a Mortal Stalker will hold it pretty well with the support of a couple of batteries. It can certainly buy you enough time, and if the Terran is on one base, they can't keep churning out those cyclones forever. So they are very much on a timer, while you can be building up a fleet or whatever it is you want behind. And you can just overwhelm with just kind of going into that, leaning into your 2-base economy and throwing down the extra gateways and just throwing down an extra robo and just continuing to push out units, because those cyclones, they're pretty papery, aren't they? You can bust through them fairly quickly. Now I know there was a full SCV pull, and that can make it harder. An awful lot of I don't know, some sort of smack talk happening here. So the worker does see the timing on the command center, so knows that it isn't the same build as before. On the other side of the map this time, it is a double gateway. And I don't know, how, based on what I've seen from Super V, I think I would be opening double gateway every game, to be honest, against him. I think I would be double gate. In most games, I think I'd be really tempted by very early stalkers to get pressure on. And is this a double stalker build? It is. So 2 stalkers, if you've saved enough chrono, you can chrono both of these, and he has got enough chrono, but there we go. So these stalkers actually get out and get across the map pretty quickly. We're at 2 minutes 20. These stalkers are going to be out within the next 10 seconds and on their way across the map. So shy of the 3-minute mark, they should arrive. It is possible to get them there at about 2:50. This CC, I think, will have finished up, which is a shame, because otherwise the stalkers can actually just deny the CC completely. Because if we look, what's here to defend these 2 stalkers? Literally nothing. Like this 1 Marine against 2 stalkers, no chance. So, the stalkers, if they come across the map, I don't know why he's still got them at home. These stalkers really need to be on the other side of the map. On the other side of the map, these 2 stalkers can just completely deny mining here. They can harass these supply depots. And what's Super V going to do about it? Nothing. He's got 1 Marine. That can't fight stalkers. So he'd be forced to either lose a depot or pull the workers. Stalkers are ranged units, so you pull the workers to repair, you are losing workers pretty quickly, as well as losing mining time. So there's been a lot of faffing about trying to kill the Reaper at home, and I personally wouldn't have worried about it. I'd have sent these stalkers across the map and then microed the workers to keep them alive. Maybe drop a shield battery if the Reaper is really, really persistent. So even though they're lit, these stalkers can just come up the ramp here. Now the siege tank is going to come out, and that is going to be a problem, and that's probably going to be the end of this harass. But these stalkers could have been here almost a minute ago and been a real headache. As it is, yes, they are indeed denying mining here. So Wyrm's just got to, he's just got to relax, not get these stalkers get drawn in, and continue focusing on his standard build. So he can dance about a little bit. You definitely could have sniped that worker. Move in, press in a little bit closer. Bear in mind, stalkers have got shields. It's absolutely fine to be losing all the shield on these stalkers. There's no problem with that. Ideally avoid hull damage. But look, you can park the stalkers over here, and you can continue to deny mining at this base. And Super V, what's he going to do? Creep forward with the tank for sure. Now the jig is up. But in the back of the base, Oracle comes in, and let's see it go to work. How many kills is it going to get? So 1, 2, 3. Oh, does need to focus them down. It would be tempting to try and focus down the tank. Yeah, Oracle gets out with 4 kills. So let's take a quick peek. Oh, what am I doing? So 5 workers have gone down. Not too bad. Did lose the 2 stalkers though, which is a little bit annoying. Now with the mules, how are we looking? Super V weirdly though, ahead in workers. I don't quite understand how that's happened when you've killed 5 of them. So let's go back and find out how that happened. Yeah, did Wyrm kind of forget while he was microing stalkers on the other side of the map? This is the stalkers dying. So I think we probably have to go back a little earlier than that to suss out how come the worker lead isn't there. Yeah, so at the minute there's no workers in production. And there's a supply block, which is actually pretty painful. Yeah, how long is this going to go on for? A little while. So the Nexus is pretty lit and there's a substantial supply block. So actually did get a handful of worker kills. I feel like I would have wanted more. I would have wanted more worker kills than that to make this worthwhile. I would have wanted more like 8 or 9 with the macro atom. However, with that said, there was a lot of denied mining time, a substantial amount of denied mining time. This is, you know, still these aren't mining. So like, look at the income tab at present. Yeah, the Super V number will dip because it is a rolling average. However, will it? There's 3 mules mining up here. So doesn't even classic Terran, you know, even if you kill all their workers, they still somehow manage to mine more than you. Loving this worker just parked here, sees everything that's going on, knows that nothing's coming out. So, yeah, Wyrm's not in a bad position, but Super V's not in a terrible position either. So, yeah, I like the opener. I feel the execution could be a little bit slicker in terms of getting the stalkers across the map as soon as they're out is the most important thing with that type of build. Those stalkers cannot hang around. It's all about being there early. The stalkers are there earlier, there's no siege tank, and there's not going to be one coming out either because you can supply block the Terran, you can be an asshole, you can just dance around at the top of the ramp and just be really, really irritating, which is the goal of those 2 stalkers. Be super irritating and distract your opponent, get the Oracle into the back of the base here and kill as many workers as you can. Yes, so now that things are stabilizing, let's have a look at what's happening. Wyrm is now ahead in workers, which is pretty standard because Protoss has got the ability to chrono out the workers, so you can build probes faster than a Terran can build SCVs. Super V currently supply blocked by the looks of things, and interestingly not actually building any supply depots. Oh, must have been. Or did he drop supply? I don't know. Oracle comes back in. Not sure what it actually got done there. Were there extra dead bits? Yeah. So good damage done. Another 4 workers disappearing. So from Super V's point of view, you can kind of look at the setup here. Look how defensive he is. Super V in general, I haven't really seen him play defensive at any time. Tends to be an aggressive player. Likes to be on the other side of the map. So I like this for Wyrm. I like that he is forcing Super V to be in the defensive position, forcing him to kind of stay at home, as long as Wyrm makes the most out of that and gets his tech up, running and pumping. So he's got a pretty good economy at present at 47 workers. His third is up and beginning to mine. There aren't actually workers in production at present though, and if he is going for Stargate play, he's definitely going to need more gas. Now it is only a single Stargate, but he does have the fleet beacon, so maybe we are going to see some sort of Tempest. Why is this observer at home? Maybe we're going to see some sort of Tempest mothership. This force though that's coming in the absence of shield batteries could actually be a bit of a handful. Now he needs to get these Tempests up into this position so that they can pick off these siege tanks. You don't want the Tempests coming forward on the low ground. These Stalkers can save that Tempest though, but they don't. So here, over here is where the Tempest needs to be. The Terran does not have sight on that location. Stalkers walking into the siege tank bar. 3 siege tanks just deal out so much damage. It's horrendous. Terran should not win this game. So, you know, why aren't the Tempests over here? Why aren't they over here? They can outrange this stuff. They can kill it. Why is the Observer over here instead of spotting for the rest of the stuff? And why are there no shield batteries, Wyrm? Why aren't there shield batteries? No. I don't know, man. It was a reasonable start. A reasonable start. But yeah, shield battery and better Tempest positioning, and that was a fight that TOS can win. Yeah, you know, 45 to 36. But bear in mind, like, look at these Marines. Combat shield, yes. Stim, yes. But only 2 medevacs are here. I don't know. With the Tempests, I don't know, man. I feel like this is a fight for a must win if there's a shield battery or 2. And losing this Tempest for free. We could got 1 shot off on a tank. The 2 Tempests up here, and this is a dead tank, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Ah well. GG.